Last time, I was able to, that's about a month ago, three and a
Yeah,
half,
about a month
three,
ago.
yeah, 3.5 inches.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I know North
hasta
Texas,
Wednesday.
San Antonio up towards Houston yesterday, they got a lot of rain.
Laredo.
So Valley area got
Martin, how are you?
I think I owe money.
¿Dónde está mi
Yes? Esteban.
Where? Hi, Elizabeth.
Ready? Okay. Good afternoon. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is the Building Committee meeting. Today is Thursday, April 24th, and it is 12 noon. Could we have roll call, please? Cindy Liendo, present. Karina Elizondo, absent.
No, she's here.
She's here.
Karina Elizondo, present. Adriana Alexander. And we also have with us Ms. Tita Vela. The first item is the construction project update by Mr. Homero Baez and Mr. Huicho Tijerina.
Good afternoon, board members, construction building committee members, administration, staff, Dr. Ramirez, Metal Pipes for the record, construction project manager. We were here back in January of 25 with a update report. And we're here again on April 24 today to bring an update of the current projects that we have currently going on and their current status. As always, I begin with the first slide. It shows you all. As always, I begin with the first slide. It shows you all of the projects that we have for the college. Some of these projects have been officially crossed out. For the South Campus, we have completed the Raquel Gonzalez Diesel and Auto Collision Shop expansion project. And we've also completed the Congress Henry Cuellar Protective Services Center renovations. So those two projects have now been fully completed. We do have certificate of occupancies. Here at the Fort Mac, we have a number of different projects currently going on. The Lamar Bruni Vergara, the Arechica facility historical renovation, the Moore building courtyard covered structure and welding shop improvements. We have some old facilities that are being currently demoed on site, which is the West Annex and P7 and P8. And then currently we do have a project on hold, which is the future LC Veteran Center. Other facility improvements, one that has been completed is the Lerma Peña restoration rooftop. And then we do have two tips quotes issued to the college, and one of them is for the Kazan restoration for the rooftop, and then we have another one for the Laird Hall as well. This is just a copy of the certificate for the expansion at the diesel shop. We do have this now for our files and records. The Henry Cuellar Protective Law Enforcement Building, also another certificate of occupancy for our records as well. Here at Fort Mac, we currently have the Lamar Bruno Vergara project ongoing. This project is scheduled for a full completion on May 31st of this coming month. We've got a photograph there showing you the current animal enclosures that are currently being constructed at the project site. Some additional enclosures that are currently also going on. For the most part, we do have 3 of the larger units being completed here probably by next week, and then we have 2 others that will be remaining to be assembled with the vertical steel pipes and the purlins and the metal rooftop and the mesh enclosure. But these are ongoing and are scheduled to be completed on time. This first photograph is the bird enclosure, showing you the vertical steel pipes that will be supporting the enclosure net. A lot of the sidewalk, perimeter beams, steel plates have already been installed and ready to receive the enclosure net. That will probably be going up here in a couple of weeks. We do have the net already has been delivered. And then on the right side is the small bird pond that has currently been working here for several weeks already, with a nearby hose bib that you see right next to it. But this bird pond has been operating here for at least about 3 weeks now. Another photograph for the bird enclosure, showing you the kind of the in and out enclosure that somebody will go through to get into the bird cage. So the structure has already been assembled and put into place. So you'll have two different doors before you enter the actual bird enclosure. The other photograph on the right hand side is showing you the new alligator. Different ponds enclosures currently being filled up when the photograph was taken. It does have a brand new pebble finish, and then you see all of these steel railings that have been already put in place and painted. And this pond is also probably already being operated right now with the actual pumps and everything to circulate the water. The photograph of the largest pond at the Lamar Bruno Regatta, which has the viewing panels. The new plexiglass panels have already been installed. You see some of the waterproofing currently exposed right now, which is the red membrane that you see in the photograph. The pond was filled up to maybe about 80% to check for any water leaks. And then we had the subcontractor remove the water after several days. They did detect one small leak and they're attending to it before they actually empty out the entire pond and then put the new pebble finish. And then right after that, fill it up with water and start having it run under the pumps that it has now. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry, just for the record, I would like to be recognized. Okay, awesome, thank you.
The other photograph on the right-hand side is the steel railings and the ramps going up to the vet building, showing you also the planter that has been prepared on the front side of the vet building, and some of the flat work, some of it that has been repaired, and some of the downspouts on the actual gutters to some of the adjacent buildings. For the most part, most of the painting has been done on the existing structures. We do have some additional painting that we're waiting for the subcontractor to do on the south side of the facility, and that will probably happen here in the next week. This is different photographs shown of the actual vet building. This is the brand new facility on the property or at the facility. Showing you the work area with the brand new millwork, the stained floor, sinks are already in place, suspended ceilings in place. All of the electrical and lighting and AC ducts have already been in place. The building has been painted on the inside. Some of the required boilers and sinks for service have been put in place, and the restroom that the facility has been completed with a tile work and handicap railing, sinks, mirrors, water closets. The only thing that is probably pending is the paper towel dispensers for the facility. This is two different pictures of the animal display facility. The first photograph showing you some of the wood structure that will be supporting the new animal tanks. This is all brand new, totally redone on the interior. So all of this woodwork has already been sealed with Thompson seal and has been prepared to receive the new tanks. And then the other photograph is the about 350 square feet that has been added to the north side of the animal facility, which is all the processing of the keeping of the foods and the preparing areas to maintain the animals that are stored inside the tanks in this same facility. This is much improved to what they had before. This is the kind of the animal processing facility. They also do keep a lot of tools in this facility. So these photographs kind of show you the finished product of the new facility that they have now. The first photograph is showing you the epoxy finish on the floor, the French drain on the center part, the overhead door, and the supporting rail system. The only thing that you don't see yet, has not been installed yet, is the actual anchoring to support the animals when they're processing them and getting them prepared before they put them into the storage freezer and different coolers that they'll have on the facility.
And just to clarify, this is where we receive, people will donate animals that they kill during hunting season to feed our animals. And so we process them we'll process them now in this facility and store them in this facility.
Yeah, they do get a lot of donations from the Texas Wildlife Game Wardens of recoveries that they make on animals that they either find on the road or animals that are confiscated from hunters or without license and things. So it's a big advantage for the facility, and all of this meat gets donated to the facility for the animals. This is a back elevation of the animal enclosure facility with that large overhead door and a man door right next to it. These are the newly renovated restrooms with brand new windows. It's got a service courtyard directly on the north side. And then the one of several pump rooms that will be servicing the bird pond and the turtle pond adjacent to it. Some of the new services also for the facility, brand new HVAC units, mini split units, and then the required panel units to support the facility, the electrical demand. We did have a brand new transformer installed by AEP, and now the facility is able to run 100%. So all of the lights have been turned on and AC units have been tested and is ready for operation. The other building that we currently have here close to us is the Arechiga facility that we're currently working on. This is the historical renovation. This project is also scheduled to be completed at the end of May, on May 31st, and that'll be a final completion. The photograph here shown is one of the windows on the third floor that has been totally rebuilt and framed to receive new glass panes. And the opposite side, on the north side, it will be receiving the same window. So these have already been prepared and installed in place, and will be waterproofed and finished up here in the next couple of weeks. Currently, you will see here probably in the next week and a half to 2 weeks, there will be big changes on the exterior north side. The paint subcontractor will go ahead and start painting all of the white wood frames that you see, columns and railings and overhangs, patios, the windows. So the north side will be worked on first, and then the subcontractor will move to the south side. And we chose the north side first just to have that appearance, because that's the traffic area for the students and the different people visiting the campus. So that north side will be worked on first, as mentioned. We've also directed the contractor to go ahead and start cleaning up the site. So you see the backhoe removing some of the debris off the site already. This photograph was taken yesterday in the morning. So the site will be cleaned up. After that, they will probably start taking down little by little the perimeter fencing. So we can go ahead and clean up the grounds and check irrigation and get it prepared for hydromulch and different plants that will be planted around the perimeter of the building. Some of the photographs on the interior of the building. The center photograph is showing you some of the existing wood flooring that has been sanded down, cleaned up, and prepared. The other two photographs on the side show you the actual finished product. So it has a high gloss finish to it. These photographs were taken up on the second floor. The floors have been covered up to protect them. We currently have the painter starting on the third floor and then coming down to the second floor, and then we'll finish off painting the interior on the first floor. So the wood floor subcontractor is working from the third floor to the second, and then now he's currently starting on the first floor. So the third and the second floor have been covered up, and we do have the painter on site right now.
And these are the original wood floors?
These are the original wood floors. Half of the second floor level had been damaged back when the facility went under a fire situation, and so the repair back then was they put plywood down and they put carpet over it. So that half of the building got brand new wood floor, and then the rest of it got refinished. So now the entire second floor has a wood floor like you see the photographs on either side.
Madam Chair, I have a question.
Well, Madam Chair, we do have 5 board members here. We have posted in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. So I know we've been trending to allowing board members to make comments, and with the compliance of the Open Meetings Act, I think we're not going to run into an illegal situation. That's really a chair.
Then on the
chair's
advice of our
prerogative.
council, we'll go ahead and allow comments. Go ahead, Judge
Thank you.
Martinez.
My question is, what are the plans once this building is finished and complete? What are the plans? And of course, this question.
I'll be happy to answer that. Good question. And so it will turn into our advising center. All of the advisors and all of the grant programs that we have are all going to be moved into one facility for accessibility and support of each other, so that if an individual student goes with a particular advisor, they're getting the same information from everyone, because they're all training in the same place, they're all working together, and they're all listening to each other, and they can ask each other questions as things come up. So the idea was to turn that into a full advising center for the campus.
Excellent.
At the South Campus, we have all the advisors in one location, and it works out well. So we're going to do the same thing
The
here.
same way to apply here at the main campus.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you. Mr. Rangel?
I'm not aware of nothing. Thank you, Chair. I have a couple of questions. On the diesel, I know that we ordered equipment for it, and we already that already went through the board, correct, Dr. Ramirez?
Is that on the agenda? Well, I guess it is
Well,
part of the construction.
it's a diesel, the report on the diesel.
I'm going to let Mr. Vela respond to that because there is some equipment that's already been installed.
I know,
And then
but
there
the
are
one that
other
we ordered,
equipment
the
that
reason
is-
for my comment is, is that gonna put a halt into the operations of the building because of we don't have the equipment that we just ordered? I think
The compressors.
last or 2 meetings ago or something like that?
That is correct. Cesar Vela, VP of Finance and Administration. We did place an order for equipment for the expansion. Um, The facility will be available for them to utilize with current equipment. We do have one item that's pending right now for that facility, and it is, we are right now getting ready to bring an item to the board for the compressor that will be needed for the addition. Unfortunately, that was not part of the contract. So it's been determined that we do need to add a compressor so that we can have enough pressure for the new bays that were added in the diesel shop. And so we did have the architect work with the engineers on making sure that the system was engineered correctly so that we have enough pressure for all the new bays. In addition to that, during our meetings with staff, it was determined that the current compressor that they have in place needs to be replaced. So we're adding that into that quote that we're looking, or that bid that we're issuing out.
So it-
But as far as the other equipment, it's equipment that it is needed for the lab, but they currently have equipment that they could utilize while that equipment is coming in.
So classes will continue.
So it's not gonna stop.
That's not going to stop it. On the new north wing, we're missing, because it was, I guess, value engineered out when you all did the original plans. That was before my time. But the compressors, and it'll be in finance, but we're looking for just to add those. But all the other equipment, Dr. Hernandez and Mr. Garcia have been working on additional equipment that they've been ordering for the students to be able to use, all of their tools, things like that. All of that is being ordered already. I mean, and some of that's already coming in, and other is ready to come in.
Is that going to, are we gonna be able to increase?
The number of students in the
Yes,
program.
to be able to use
Yes.
it because we don't have equipment.
No, yes.
So we
The whole
will.
idea is to,
Well, that was
yes.
the big idea
By
of
fall, we
increasing,
should- by
of
fall-
making the building to be able to increase our enrollment.
Capacity.
Yes, so are we gonna be able to do that?
Yes. And we're actually moving the classroom, the lecture pieces of that program into the C building so that the expansion of all of the lab spaces are readily available for students. So we may have mini labs in some of the current classrooms that are also there. So yes, so the equipment is going to be available, and we're going to expand the program by fall. It should all be going according to plan. Unless the tariffs kill us, but
Thank you.
because all of that is being ordered, yes. I mean,
Ms.
and some is already here, so we can move.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make a comment. You can tell that this is an old building because of the size of the hall,
Yes.
the hallways. are tiny.
Yeah, these photographs are taken from the existing hallways, yeah. We didn't modify anything because of historical purposes. We didn't modify any hall widths. We did establish some new areas for mechanical purposes, because we took all of the HVAC units off of the attic. So they're now concentrated in different closets on the second and first floor. Yeah, but this is all existing hallways, doorways, and of course, existing floors, wood floors that at one time were covered up. So, they really look nice. They look brand new, but this is really historical flooring that has been refurbished and has turned out really, really nice.
Does anybody else remember the fire? Remember? You don't remember the fire?
I was a student.
You were a student. You, that went over here during the fire?
Yeah.
somebody, all I remember, I mean, this is way off, I'm sorry. But all I remember is somebody went in and took the checks out, remember the paychecks? The payroll, because it was, those paydays.
Ms. Lindo, I do have a question.
Yes, Dr. Ramirez?
Mr. Bice, I thought we were gonna sod that property, not put mulch. Is that what you said? Because, I mean, we need to put grass, and so it was
Yeah,
supposed to be
yeah.
sod.
No, it's hydro mulch. So it's a really fast process of spraying actual, it's a green,
Yeah, the spray thing.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then,
but
and then 2 or 3 days later, you know, because of the time right now, it's perfect because it does grow grass right away. But we're going to try to use and really watch how we spend the landscaping allowance that we have to try to do as much as possible to the facility around the Arechica building.
I'm not convinced.
We do have an allowance.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah. But the important thing is to make sure that we recover the existing irrigation system that sits around the building. So we'll be going through that checklist to make sure that everything is operating.
And they will pay for whatever is broken, right? Because all their
They
trucks
will
were on there?
repair, yes. yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
These photographs here are also from the Arechica building. This is on the south side, a sidewalk that is currently being built. And as of right now, I just drove by and they're actually pouring the second portion, which is the photograph on the right-hand side. So the goal is to try to get this sidewalk finished up by the end of this week. All of the windows on the facility have been refurbished. A lot of the plexiglass that had been placed year after year on the facility has been removed. Everything has been glazed. All of the broken windows have been replaced. So if there was any damages to any of the panes on the facility, they were replaced at this point. So the windows are ready for paint. The other photograph shows you all of the ironwork that was over these windows. We're trying to find out if this is the original ironwork. I venture to say that it's probably not, and it came in afterwards. So for historical purposes, we may consider not putting it back up. But that would be a call from either Dr. Ramirez or the historical people to make a decision. But if it wasn't part of the original building, they would, and I'm talking about the state, they would probably prefer that we do not put it back up.
Well, we already decided that, and we're not putting it back up.
Okay, so I know
Because we got it, well, we got a grant, a $50,000 grant from the Texas Historical Commission, and they're not going to let us put them back.
Yeah. So we did something similar to the Imaginarium, and the building looks a lot better without the screens that came at a later date. So if you go by the Imaginarium, the windows look really, really nice. Some of the interior work that's currently going on with technology, fiber optic lines, computer lines, data drops, surveillance cameras, fire components that will be changed out. So all of these special systems are currently going into the building right now, and for the most part, most of them are pretty much almost complete. The photograph showing you the new towers for the computer systems in the different rooms. So that is ongoing work right now.
Those used to be in the basement, by the way.
The Moore building, the welding shop received a brand new covered structure. That structure is pretty much up already. Currently, actually, the photograph was taken last week, and you see the SkyTrack person, one of the electrical subcontractors, working up on the ceiling, and we're exchanging the ceiling fans that were installed and installing the bigger version of the fan. So the motors are up. As of right now, I passed by. The blades are not on yet, but the motors have already been installed. Power has been hooked up. So those will be installed here by next week.
If you recall, Ms. Linda, when we did the walkthrough, there were those
Yes.
little baby fans.
I remember.
Yeah, so we got those exchanged out. The other photograph on the right-hand side shows you the new opening to the welding shop, the existing welding shop. And this door was placed for ventilation purposes, and then you see some ventilation vents right on either side of it. So this will improve the air quality inside the shop for the welding students. And then a little bit of flat work that will be done here in the next several days, and that concrete will be poured and placed. This is another covered area. They have received brand new LED lighting. We took off the high energy consuming lamps that were there before, so they now have LED lighting packs. And then they have new enclosures for the different cylinders that they use for welding. So these are areas that are being completed right now.
And eventually, everything that's orange and peach in there will be the standard beige color.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why all those workshops are orange and peach, so.
Yeah. The couple of photographs of the open structure, that fan is actually one of the existing fans that went in at first. So the other fans are probably about twice the size, and they sit a little bit lower. And then some of the columns have already been painted. Some of the electrical boxes that will be servicing some of the welding stations outside in the open area for the students. So all of that new steel structure has been worked on to complete it with paint and finishes. This is the inside space of that overhead door that I showed you here on the other photograph. So it's got a protective gate as well, and then those are the two side vents, and that is ongoing work right now. This is a photograph of the new shop adjacent to the courtyard. So all of these stations were actually moved off of this wall and taken across the breezeway and placed into another of their shops. And these are now up and operating for the students. And then the last photograph for the Moore building is an existing shop that we're looking at to possibly try to cover with the contingency amount that is on the project to replace the existing lamps with LEDs. And then they're asking us to consider replacing the electrical outlets. You'll see some of this duct tape that's wrapped around, and that's because of when they're welding, the sparks tend to fall in behind this plate and short out the power on the connection. So that will resolve that issue that they currently have. Two buildings that are pretty much to this day pretty much down, gone. We do have some existing debris on both locations, but P7 and P8 has been completely demoed, and the West Annex building right outside this building here has been taken down as well. Some of the work that was taken with some photographs while the buildings were being taken down and the hauling off of all of the debris. I was pretty amazed on how fast this building went down, even though it has probably about 3 or 4 layers of brick on the perimeter and some of the interior walls, but they were almost down to dust. The machinery would hit the wall and it would just disintegrate. So you probably wouldn't find any bricks that were intact. That's how bad the condition of the facility was. And this is the West Annex here outside our boardroom on the south side. This building has been completely taken down. It got abated And currently, the contractor is working on the foundation slab to remove it off the site as well.
By the way, the annex was full of asbestos, and so we had to do all of that stuff, but when you all drove in, I think you saw, it's pretty much gone. And so they took a little bit longer only because of the asbestos. If not, it would have been gone sooner.
Yeah, yeah. So it was kind of hard to take the actual mastic off of the block wall which was identified with asbestos. And in this photograph, you can see that the actual, what they call the soap of the outside of the block wall was actually removed. And that's what contained the mastic. And then there was a little bit of asbestos as well on the inside, and that got removed before demolition. And then this is the future LC Veteran Center that we currently have on hold, waiting for formal funding to be provided to go ahead and start this project. We do have documents ready to commence this work when that time comes around. And then, as mentioned, we do have two TIPS quotes issued, one for the Cajun rooftop restoration, and the other would be for Laird Hall, which is another facility that needs a rooftop worked on. It's in really bad conditions right now, and all of this is to keep up with the roofs and avoid any interior damages, which would turn out to be more costly and more monies required to repair interior in case we had any damages on the inside of the building. And that's pretty much my report. If y'all have any questions.
Any questions?
Ms. Lindo, can we, I just for clarification purposes, Mr. Vela, will you, of all these projects, the only bond projects are the Lamar Bruni Vergara, the Arechiga, and Moore Building, am I correct?
No, it's just the Lamar Bruni Vergara and the
Arechiga.
Arechiga is actually a deferred maintenance with a combination of some grant funding.
Okay. Just for, so that you all are aware, because we're almost done with all the with all the bond funding.
Okay.
So,
Madam Chair,
Yes,
have
Mr.
have you
Martinez?
had any kind of challenges because of some of these buildings actually go back to the original campus, Fort McIntosh campus? And any challenges from because of the how shall I call it, the original construction and identified with Fort Sam Houston, I mean, with the Fort McIntosh, excuse me.
Yeah. I mean, coming from experience, from my background, probably the biggest challenge is coming on to an existing condition, an existing facility, and to make sure that we have all of the information when we're going through the design process, renovation process, to prepare documents. And there's a huge difference from that to having a brand new building being built. And even we run into challenges with a brand new building, as we did with the health building here 8 years ago when we started that building. We found the underground waste on that facility at the South Campus. But it is more challenging going into an existing structure to know all of the unknowns that are not visible either on documents or visually until you uncover walls and uncover different items, electric panels and things. So that does make it a little bit more challenging when you go into existing structures. Yes.
Thank you.
But it has been a very challenging 8 years. But I think we've made great progress on our facilities. And I hope that it continues with other facilities that still require some update as well.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Price.
you.
Any other questions? So that is all that we have for the building committee at this
No, there's
time.
one more.
We do have another report.
One more report?
I just want to be.
Yes, Ms. Elizondo?
Mr. Pais, I want to congratulate you for everything that you've done. I don't know a lot about construction, but it definitely looks complicated. And I'm sure you're not only working in one project, but there are several projects. And I want to commend you for everything that you do
Thank
for
you.
their college.
Thank you.
Thank
It is challenging and sometimes stressful, but I've been doing it for quite a few years, about 30 years now. So but it's very rewarding at the end.
Great.
But
Keep-
thank you
okay.
for your words.
You're welcome.
Okay, so then we have another report by Mr. Tijerina.
Good afternoon, Board President, Madam Chair, distinguished board members, Madam President, Jose Luis Huicho Tijerina, for the record.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go over some of the things that we do in-house and some of the projects that we've taken on with deferred maintenance and also our budget so that way you all can see what so we'll start with the main campus. As you can see, we started with the De La Garza building. We remodeled the men's and women restrooms. I don't know if you all remember what they looked like before, red and blue. We switched them over. That project has been complete. On all the campuses, we started replacing light fixtures to LEDs in all the buildings. We're about 60% complete on that. Replacing damaged electrical wiring on the outside of Fort McIntosh. So this pertains to the lighting that's around the campus at night. It was very dark. So a lot of the lights weren't working. When we figured out what it was just the wiring that was so old. So we're doing that in phases and we're going place by. So if you come out here at night, it looks kind of cool with all the lights on. So the replacing of the water heater in Maravillo Gym, we got hot water there now. Right now, I'll show you some pictures so you get to see, so people can actually shower there now and not freak out with all the cold water. The replacement of different chiller lines at the bookstore. That project has also been complete already. Leaks were being fixed. The Fort McIntosh signage. We're working on that. Since we want to get it as original as possible, it's kind of hard to find somebody to actually do what we want them to do at a fair price. And that's kind of what's been my holdup on that, but I am working on that. In P1, on P1, we replaced the 20-year-old chiller lines again. That's been done and completed. P34 and P35, repairing and painting damaged rotten wood all around the building. I think it's the first building when you all come in, you all get to see it. It actually looks very nice. The guys the contractor did an excellent job. At the Kazin Center, I don't know if this has been brought up to you all as of yet, but I have a 12-inch sewage line that has collapsed right behind the Kazin Center. So I've spoken to Mr. Vela. We're going to move on that as quickly as possible. What's happening is since it collapsed, and then all the wipies that come into play and everything, and so it starts backing up. And then when you start walking into the Kazin Center and all these other buildings, the first smell you get is sewage, and everybody's like, "Why does it smell like sewage?" Well, we figured out that's our problem. So that's something that I'm going to discuss with Mr. Vela. We brought it up this morning, and I think we need to move on it pretty quickly. So that is one of the bigger problems. The
Ms.
other
Elizondo?
problem is.
Mr. Tijerina?
Mande.
Ms. Elizondo has a comment?
No, I'll wait. Thank you.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
one of the other problems is that, I don't know if you all know that we brought in, well, we didn't bring in, they sent us not one battalion, but 2 battalions of Army reservists. One battalion, the first one that came in wasn't bad, 200 people. It was okay. The second battalion that came in is 1,000 people.
1,000?
Yes, sir. So there's like 1,200 people, and they're walking down the river and they're playing soldier, excuse me. They're playing soldier down the river and checking to see who's coming across and all that stuff. Woo. So with that said, the bathrooms are being used tremendously. And we have a lift station back there that is not handling, it's handling the sewage. It's just, we had to do add some piping to it to get it running right. We dropped a pump. We need to put a bigger pump. And again, Mr. Vela and I have discussed this. So I just wanted to let you know that with all that extra people on the campus, it affects our infrastructure. So we're going to be working, I'll be working with Mr. Vela. I've gotten some numbers. I'm going to run by him. So maybe we can get all this stuff taken care of and we don't have a sewage backup in the near future. Moving on.
Okay.
So
Ahora sí.
Ms.
Go ahead.
Elizondo, go ahead.
Okay, going back to the main projects for 2024, 2025, I noticed that there is nothing related to the pool. And I know we had approved a budget for the water heaters, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, so the heater, the heater's been ordered. We're just waiting for the heater to show up. We just replaced a new pump and a new filter. The only thing it's lacking is the heater, and that should be coming in. It's already been ordered.
Several months. It's been on back order for several months.
How long would it take? I have gotten a couple inquiries from students wanting to use the pool, and I think, it is important.
Well, as far as using the pool, like I said, we replaced the pump and the filter. Right now, I don't think you need a heater.
No.
They can use the pool. I've spoken with Mr. Cano.
So
they're
the
cleaning
pool
up.
is already operating, like they could use it?
I
at
think
any time?
so, absolutely.
Okay.
So it should be ready to go. Other
They were
than
going
the
to shock
heater.
it. They were going to shock it and clean it after they finished with the pumps and the filters. And so then after they shock it, they were going to wait, I think, 3 or 4 days before they opened it up again, just because we don't want anybody to get.
It's
An
ready.
allergy
I mean,
reaction.
other than the heater, right? And I don't think we need a heater right now, so they can use it.
So what are the normal operating hours for the pool or dates?
So I don't know about the dates, but I know about the hours. According to Mr. Vela, during from, I think, 8 to 5, it's the colleges. Is that correct?
8 to
And then
6.
after 5, it belongs,
To the city.
that's correct.
Which includes our students as well. It's open to the
Absolutely.
public.
Yeah, they can. use it.
Definitely. I guess my question is just since it's closed right now because it has to be shocked and everything, how do we advise the students that it's reopened and that they know they can use
I
it?
think we sent out some flyers, let
Well, we're
everyone
going to
know.
send out email notifications and we'll put it on social media as well.
So
So,
when is it gonna open?
well, we're hoping for like the week of finals to give people the stress reliever. Yes.
Well, they're gonna need more than a pool. for
It's a
that.
beautiful pool. I mean, it's very nice.
It's very
Yes.
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so here are the pictures of the lines that were replaced at the bookstore. As you can see, they're new. The De La Garza building restrooms. These are what they look like now. They're not blue and pink anymore. The Maravilla Gym. There's our new boiler now. We got hot water. We could shower. Great. That's our heater, so it won't be freezing in there in the wintertime. Again, more pictures of the Maravilla Gym. This is the lift station I was talking to you guys about. I don't know if you can see that white line coming right across there. That's what we kind of had to make an adjustment there to be able to pull more out. So again, we're working on that, get that fixed as soon as possible. This is the sewage line location. This is the parking lot behind the Kaizen. We've already marked it. Right here on this concrete is where the main sewage line that connects to the city. We assume it's like a 16 or 18-inch line. The line that we need to expose is a 12-inch line. And we know this just so if you're wondering, how do we know? Over spring break, since we had the smell kept coming back, over spring break, the city came out with their cameras, ran them, and they couldn't get past that curb. And they took a picture and said, here's what happened. It disconnected and it's like this.
Yeah.
So the liquid goes through, but all of a sudden, all the wipies and everything and now it starts clogging the line backwards, which the smell comes back this way. So again, we're on that, just to let you all know that I will get with Mr. Vela and see how we, we proceed on that. On the South Campus, the fire panel upgrades, 100% complete. The retrofitting of the LED lighting is still ongoing. Power washing the windows and the walls, it's a yearly thing that's still ongoing. The window seal repairs, they're about 30% complete on that. And by that is what they're going around is caulking every window because they're older, the caulk is dried up from the heat, and what happens is when it rains, water gets in. So we're working on that. Interior wall painting, building C and building F is all complete. The floor, we're still painting the floor tile up on second floor. All the buildings have P-traps now. So in buildings D and F, I guess years back, the plumbers didn't put a P-trap. They would just connect it directly. So what happens is, again, sewage smell, you didn't have that P-trap to block that. So the guys have taken care of that. The cedar oak pergola has been completed. And I see here that we haven't started the traffic signs or to cover the pond. The walkway brick repair. The walkway brick repair is 10%. They just started that. The island recycled granite removal, we're still pending on that.
On
Monday.
the ones that say pending approval, is that something that's coming to the board for approval, or who's approving
It
that?
depends. I think we're gonna go out, either if we try to do it ourselves, we have to see if it's in our budget. And if not, it's gonna have to go out for bids to a different contractor. So that's why I guess we're still trying to balance it out. If we have enough money in our budget to get it done, if not, we're gonna have to go out for bids.
Okay, thank you.
The irrigation repairs at the sports complex, that's pending as well. The parking lot and the road asphalt is pending, and this has to do with, I think it's the CDL. We just finished putting up the light poles. We're gonna get the lights out there, and then we got to finish up the parking lot and the road asphalt. And again, I guess Eliud and I haven't decided if we're gonna do it ourselves or sub it out.
But it's a resurfacing, right?
That's correct. The landscaping erosion repairs, again, 10% complete. We have a lot of hills in the south. When it rains, all that mud comes down. So we're trying to figure out a way to stop the erosion control. And so we're working on that. And then I'll jump down to the building up. The landscaping is 100% complete. So here's the backflow preventer that they put in. It's brand new. Here's all the paintings of building C. As you can see, all the walls have changed color. The walls and the flooring. The painting of the staircases at the South Campus have been taken care of now. Everything's great. And as you see up above, all these areas have all been painted. The landscaping on the South Campus. So we've gone with, River Rock, Pebble Rock, and at Raquel Gonzalez in that building, because the water comes straight in, they used to shoot in straight through that door. So we're trying something different, maybe kind of like a French drain thing. Hopefully the rocks will kind of just slow the water down. Building F in the basement, as you see, the floors have been painted, the walls have been painted. And actually, it's a very nice building down there. If y'all ever get a chance, I highly recommend you take a walk. And that's all I got for y'all.
Thank you.
Any questions, comments, or concerns?
It looks great. I mean, the repairs and renovations are looking really great. So
Good
thank you.
job. Good job.
We're working on it.
Any other questions or comments?
Nice suit.
Thank you.
Okay, then that is all that we have for the building committee. This meeting is adjourned, and it is 12:53 PM.
Thank you, Ms. Linda.
Thank you.
Do you want to move? Do you want to move over there next to?
That's all right.
You want to
I'm
move over
okay.
here?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you anyway.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm gonna call to order the Finance and Audit Committee meeting. I'm gonna call roll call. Rita Vela, I'm here. Karina,
Present.
Mercurio,
present.
and Adriana Alexander.
Can you turn on your mic, ma'am, closer, because we can't hear you?
Sorry. I speak softly.
Yes, that's all.
All right, let's go ahead and get started with the March 25th financial report from Cesar. This was the one that we were supposed to do, right?
Yes.
At the last meeting?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the Finance and Audit Committee. For the record, Cesar Vela, VP of Finance and Administration. Included with your board packet, you should have received a copy of the March 2025 financial report. And this is data for the first 7 months of operations. So when we look at the first item, which is our operating revenues, as of March 31st, we have already recognized $78,123, or 96.2% of our budget. Only one item to note, and that is the FAST funding from the state. We are still pending to receive the funding for the fall semester. It is our understanding that the reports from the institution have been submitted for the fall semester and spring semester. So we are following up with the state to see when the funding for the dual program will be coming in. At this point last year, we had already received the allocation for fall. So we're a little bit behind this year. So we're following up with the state to see what the holdup is on that. But from our side, the reports have already been submitted for reimbursement. As far as the state appropriation funding, we've received 75%. So we're just pending that last 25% payment, which will be coming in during the summer. So out of the 22.2 million, we received already 16.7. Tuition and fees, this includes fall and spring enrollments. Does not include the second start for the spring semester or Maymester also enrollment. But tuition and fees is 15.1 million for the year. Excuse me, which is 92.3% of what we budgeted for tuition and fees. We do have the payment or the transfer that is made out of the general use fee. We have a pending transfer of 3.5 million, and this covers the revenue bond payment for both principal and interest, and that is due at the end of July. So from the 15.1 million, we will be transferring out 3.5 million. And again, we're still pending the reimbursement for the FAST program, as well as the tuition and fees for the second start, the Maymester, and summer 1 and summer 2. Tax collections, out of a budget of 45.3 million, we've collected 43.2 million. That represents 95.3% of what we budgeted for the fiscal year. We feel strongly that we will be hitting our target and collecting the additional 2.1 that we have still pending.
When's that deadline?
So the end of the fiscal year will be August 31st. So the collections continue through August 31st.
Sorry.
On the expenses, for the year, expenses are 42,676,188. That's 52.62% of our budget. This is pretty much in line to where we were at last year. at 52%. We don't see any major variances to report. Again, the salaries are at 22 million, or a little bit under 53% of what we budgeted for the year. We still have 5 months of operations to report, and we feel strongly that we will finish the year under budget at this point. And again, this is attributed again through savings that we typically have in the salary line items. It does take some time sometimes to fill some positions that create savings. We are, again, bringing items to the board for approval for equipment for those, the expansion of the programs that we were mentioned during the construction presentation, and also for some of the new programs that we're working on launching sometime in the near future. So again, you'll see some of those expenditures hit the equipment line item and the instructional supplies. But again, as far as where we're at with the budget, we're currently within what we budgeted for the year. Again, 52.62% of our budget has been expensed. Compared to last year, we're at the same point last year. Any questions on any of the expenses? No?
So pretty much we're currently within our budget.
That is correct, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
As far as the other funds, we have the Global Logistics Center. The funding for that program is coming from the state. We currently have an allocation of 141,164, which was received as part of the first payment that is sent over by the state. We do have expenses for the year totaling 167,224. The reason for that is that we did approve some expenditures out of the fund balance. This particular fund has a balance, and so we wanted to acquire some equipment for the center. So that is the reason why you'll see a reduction to the fund balance for the year. Again, this represents the first 7 months of operations. We still have 5 more months. But again, the expenditures were approved out of the fund balance for the Global Logistics Center. As far as auxiliary services, we have recognized revenue of 1,253,338, roughly a little bit less than 92% of what we budgeted for the year. Expenses are at 894,827, or 65% of our budget. So right now we currently show an increase to the fund balance of 358,511. Again, we still have those 5 months of operations to close out the fiscal year. On the state and federal funds, total revenue and expenses are 28,450,874. The majority of that is coming from federal funds, primarily the Pell Grant funding. So about 25 million out of the 28 is Title IV funding for student assistance. Facilities Master Plan Phase 3, just an update on the budget. Again, you saw the presentation. We currently have, out of the bond proceeds, we only have one project that is pending completion. So for the year, we began with a balance of 3,482,000. We have recognized interest revenue of 79,000 for the year. The expenditures that have been allocated to the projects for this fiscal year total 3.1 million. That represents a net decrease to the Facilities Master Plan Phase funding of 3,080,714. So as of March 31st, we have a balance of 401,288, and this will pretty much cover the remaining expenses that we have. We're pretty much down to the last payment applications for the projects, which is the Lamar Bruni Vergara and the excuse me, and the welding shop improvements. Tax collections, as of March 31st, 2025, we've collected 93.50% of the tax levy. So out of a tax levy of 46 million, 246,308. We have collected 43,241,821. At this point last year, we were at 92.27%. So we're, again, we're ahead of last year, pretty much in line with 2023, where we were at 93.21%. So again, we continue to have those, monitor the collections, and we feel strongly that we will be hitting our budget of 97%. And the last item is just the general operating fund balance update. We began the fiscal year with a fund balance of 23,454,416. This amount represents about 21% of our 2025 operating budget, which is in line with what the board wants us to keep in reserve of 20%. For the year, we have revenue of 78 million, expenses of 42.6 million. We do have the transfer out, so that is the 6,055,312 represents the 30% transfer of the 30% of the last year's savings into the deferred maintenance projects funding. So we transferred out 6,055,312 to cover deferred maintenance projects. So the net change as of March 31st is 29,268,623. Again, we still have the 5 months of operations to record. One other item related to the fund balance, and I know this, Judge Martinez always brings this up, is that we did we had a ratings review.
Right.
And so we did, S&P affirmed the AA rating on both our revenue and general obligation bonds, but they upgraded the outlook to positive, and they attributed the increase or the upgrade on the outlook to the financial performance of last year and the operations that we had last year. So again, when we were looking at it, we were looking at the economic conditions that currently exist with all the uncertainty with the federal funding and the tariff situation. We were not expecting for us to have an increase in the rating and the economic outlook. So again, on the outlook, we did receive that. We are now being upgraded from stable to positive on that one note.
Yes.
I would like to emphasize that, and that it would be great if we can actually let the community know that the college actually is in a very strong, positive position financially, and particularly more so addressing it by an independent state agency or federal agency on the upgrading of our financial situation. I think it, in my opinion, that would be excellent publicity that we ought to emphasize, if I may say, to our community, because frankly, we are in a very, very good financial situation.
I think that as soon as they let us do something, I mean, we haven't gotten final okay, well, to actually put out a press release. I think the issue here is that economic outlook for us. Ideally, we want to be a AAA, as you always
Yes,
say.
that's correct.
We're not there yet.
Not yet, no, we're
And
not.
so,
But we're going.
but we're
forward.
headed in the
We're
right
heading in
direction.
the right direction, exactly.
Absolutely. And I think it's a credit to the work the board has done, a credit to the work that Mr. Vela and his team has done, and certainly all of the departments that have been trying to be strongly physically responsible,
Yes.
so that we're able to then replace some of those things. We are going to see some huge hits this year.
Yeah.
The 3 chillers that we have that are over 20 years old that are
That need to be
literally
replaced.
falling apart at $750,000 a pop. I mean, so some of these things we're going to have to take a look at, and how we're going to do that, and whatever we can do internally would be great. But right now, the fact that we're at a positive outlook, moving up from stable is huge. It's a
Very much
huge
so.
step in the right direction. So
Yes.
thank you, Mr. Vela.
Thank you. That concludes the update on the financials. Any questions? Or-
Well, right now, if I may, Madam Chair, I know that there are a number of universities nationwide that have been very critical of some of the recommended requirements or by the, the administration, let me put it that way. And they are basically challenging all of these major changes that obviously will have an impact, a negative impact on them. By the same token, we are in a position contrary to that.
Right.
We are actually showing considerable positive improvement, particularly more so when it comes to the finances. And in my opinion, I think we ought to eventually let the community know that,
Yes, sir.
that we are
We will.
doing exceptionally well, if I may. Okay?
I
Thank
agree.
you. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Number 4, the February 2025 quarterly investment report. Mr. Vela.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the committee, inside the financial report, you also have a copy of the quarterly investment report as prepared by Valley View Consulting. And I'll briefly just go over some of the highlights. So currently, as of November 30th, 2024, we have investments totaling $121,589,838. Right now, the average quarterly yield for our portfolio total 3.84%. And this is, again, I'm sorry, I'm reading the November, I'm sorry, February. For February, it was 157,913,908. And the average yield or quarterly yield for the portfolio total 4.02%. And currently, right now, we are seeing rates go down. So we are working with Valley View Consulting on strategizing investments that will give us a higher rate of return. So we have moved some money from our money market accounts into
Right.
CDs with maturity dates of a year, so that we can maximize as we start to see rates go down to maximize the return. For the quarterly interest income was $1,298,614. And again, they are using the calendar year for this calculations. The same with the year-to-date interest income. I'm sorry, no, it is the fiscal year. I'm sorry, 1,298,614, and the year-to-date interest income of 2.6 million. Again, this is for all funds, including the bond proceeds that we have for construction. So again, this is just the breakdown of where our investments are. And you'll see that Falcon Bank, we have a total of 94.8 million. PNC Bank, we do have two small accounts, one for 709,000 and the other one for 292. These are construction bond funds. And then we do have with the investment pool, Texas FIT, we have 17,140,595. We do have another overnight investment, and this is also a pool of $4,239,082. And then, as I mentioned, we have moved some of those funds from the money market accounts into CDs, and you can see that that totals $40,681,963. And the yields on those particular investments range from 4.15% to 5.26%. So again, we're trying to maximize as the rates are going down to try to increase the return on our investments. Again, any questions on the investment? You have a copy of the report included in your financial pack. With that, it concludes the investment update.
All right, number 5, the approval of the co-bond council agreement.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the committee, this item is just to formalize the agreement between JCA Law and Winstead PC for co-bond counsel services. Currently, Winstead and JCA do work for us for any of the bond issuances that we have. Currently, they are working on the refunding that was approved last month. The fee structure for their services is actually shared between Winstead and JCA. So there is no additional fees that the college pays for using two bond councils. The fee is shared between the two entities. So again, this is just to formalize that agreement between Winstead, JCA, and the college. They have done work for us in the past through Winstead. So again, the request from JCA is that we have an agreement approved by the board. So again, this item is for consideration at the Monday meeting.
Okay. Any questions on that? All right, then let's go into the next one. The approval of purchase of ambulance for our EMS program. Mr. Cesar Vela.
Yes, members of the committee, we are asking that the board approve the purchase of an ambulance from Siddons Martin Emergency Group LLC in the amount of $115,050. The purchase is being made using a Bible contract, and the contract number is 745-24. The funding for the purchase is coming from the Carl Perkins grant. So it is a grant-funded purchase. And again, we do have a deadline that we need to meet. So again, so that we can expend the funds from the grant. The equipment or the ambulance is going to be utilized by the EMS program, and this is to provide hands-on training for our students.
Does that require a motion? I so move, Madam
no.
Chair.
No, right now, not until the
Not
meeting.
The committee.
Not
I'm
until,
not in the
I think-
committee, you're right, I forgot. Thank you.
Now we know how you're voting, sir.
the Carl Perkins, just for everybody's information, is normally for workforce
Yes,
Right, it's
that
federal.
is correct.
And it's
and
federal.
federal, yes. All
Madam
right,
Chair,
let's,
Madam,
yes.
real quick, may I ask a question?
yes.
Mr. Vela, the grant, is it covering 100%?
Yes, sir. It is, it
Yeah.
is fully funded by the grant.
Thank you.
Let me just clarify, the purchase,
The bu-
and then the
buying.
ongoing maintenance and all, that will
Then
be on the
that's with us,
colleges.
Yeah. But it's to be used in workforce. All right, number 7, which is the approval for purchase of furniture for Arechica Hall.
So, members of the committee, this next item is, we are requesting that the board approve the purchase of furniture for the Arechiga Hall building. As you saw in the building committee, this project is currently scheduled to be finished at the end of May. And we are going to have staff moving in during the summer to get the building ready, or the services ready for the fall semester. The furniture is being purchased or being requested to be purchased from Office Source Ltd. And in the amount of $110,954.88. And we are utilizing the Opnia Cooperative Buying Group contract, and those are contract numbers 191803, 191804, and 191816. The furniture includes office furniture as well as seating and conference room furniture for the building. The funding for the purchase is coming from Phase 2 bond savings. We currently have $703,566 in savings from Phase 2 bond savings. And this would fall in line with the purpose of the funding, which was to furnish and equip
Furnishing
facilities also.
Right. Any questions on that? All right, number 8. Number 8 is the approval of purchase of network equipment for Arechiga Hall.
Yes, members of the committee, I'm going to defer this item to Mr. Chavez, our Associate VP of Information Technology, to present this item.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members of the Finance and Audit Committee. For the record, Albert Chavez, Associate VP of Information Technology. For this particular item, we're requesting approval to buy network equipment for the Arechiga Hall remodel. The total amount for this purchase is $46,505. The recommended vendor is Computer Solutions using a TIPS contract, TIPS 230105, and a DIR contract, DIR CIS 5347. For the construction for this building, as Mr. Homer Pies presented in the prior committee, all the fiber and cabling surveillance cameras were included in the construction package. The network switches and wireless access points
Yeah, it looked very
were marked
expensive.
as end user furnished for this particular project. The source of funding for these items, which is again total of $46,505, is the Facilities Master Plan Phase 2 bond savings.
All right. Any questions?
No, just a count. Good job. Yeah. And we
Thank you.
saw the pictures. Everything looks so expensive.
I
I'm
mean,
surprised it's only
you know,
46,000.
it's when you think about it, this is an extremely old building. And to completely renovate it and, bring in all the wiring and everything else, it's a pretty big job that you all have.
It's a good sized building. It has
is.
it has two floors, and then on the
Right,
third floor there's
right.
a small conference room. There's a lot of cabling, as you saw
Yeah.
from the picture. So
I'm sure that the walls are a lot sturdier than,
yes, but fortunately, because it was drywall, the contractors did not have any trouble
good.
running cabling. If it were cinder block or concrete, that would have been a different
it would have been-
situation. But because the building, if a while back it was remodeled and there's
Right.
drywall,
Right,
it was easy to run all the cabling.
very good. Any questions or comments?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we go on to number 9, the approval of purchase of equipment for the Transportation Technology Department.
Madam Chair, members of the committee, this next item is to request the approval of equipment for the Transportation Technology Department. This item falls in line with the question that Mr. Angel had earlier. We have already brought some equipment to the board for approval. This is additional equipment that is needed for that expansion area. The first item is a car liner frame machine with measuring systems, and that is being purchased from Car Liner in the amount of $178,158.48. And we are utilizing a buy board contract for that one item. The second item is a tint setup kit from Tri Auto Paints, and this is in the amount of $30,000. And this item was actually quotes. We went out for quotes. A forklift from Toyota Lift of South Texas in the amount of $42,000, and that one was also quotes that were issued out. And then we have 2 boxes with tools and accessories from Home Depot in the amount of $147,174. And again, this is for the lab areas, the expansion of the lab areas. And we are utilizing the Omnia contract for that purchase. And the last item are the standard stainless steel work tables and shelves. And these are from Uline in the amount of $24,590. And this is also a request for quotes. In total, the equipment totals $421,922.48. And again, the purchase, the funding for the purchase is coming from the line item that is currently in our general operating fund, general operating budget for the year, under new initiatives. We currently have 3.5 million. So this will, again, this equipment will be utilized in the lab areas of the new diesel and auto body shop expansion.
Any comment, questions? All right, let's go on to 10. The approval for purchase of equipment for continuing education department.
Yes, members of the committee, this last item is again to request approval for the purchase of 2 SimCap RX extended 3-door, 4-drawer cabinets from Pocket Nurse at a cost of $100,204.40. This equipment will be used to provide instruction in the continuing ed department. The equipment is an automated dispensation cabinet, and it's designed exclusively for educating nursing students. And again, it's used to dispense medication. The purchase is being used using the Omnia contract number R230701. And again, the funds for this purchase are coming from the new initiative funding that is currently in the general operating budget.
Very good. Any questions from anybody? Let's go on to 11. The approval of endowment matching funds for the Oscar and Minerva family endowment. I think, is that Carrillo? Oscar and Minerva Carrillo family endowment as per donor request. Ms. Alma Carrillo and Carrillo family.
Good afternoon,
Dr.
Madam
Ortiz.
Chair, members of the Finance and Audit Committee, Board President, Board members, President Ramirez, Administration, and guests. Dr. Diana Ortiz, Vice President of Institutional Advancement. Today I come before you asking for matching fund amount of $25,000 to support the Oscar and Minerva Family Endowment. As you all may know, many people may know this gentleman. Oscar Carrillo was a trailblazer in the international trade community. He, along with many people who have been here in our community for some time in this industry, worked real hard at developing that industry that so very much supports our community today. Unfortunately for the family, he is no longer with them. He passed a week and a half ago. When I reached out to Alma Carrillo and the family, we talked originally about setting up a scholarship for him, and in giving her the options that Laredo community has, endowments being one of them, she immediately felt that the endowment would be something that they wanted to do instead. They already gave us the $25,000. They are asking the people that go or ask what they can do on his behalf to contribute to the endowment. So today I'm asking for a $25,000 match that would come from the General Restricted Scholarship Fund that we have. And the goal is for the family to continue to fund this endowment year after year, which is specifically why they named the endowment Family Endowment. They are looking forward to continuing to support this. And this endowment, not surprisingly, will be supporting the logistics and distribution program that we currently have.
I know them. I know them. Very, very nice people. In fact, I think his son-in-law works here. Am I correct?
Yes.
Randy
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Randy Gonzalez, yes. And
Yeah.
he is part of the decision makers that decided that this would be a good avenue to take.
Which
Madam-
is
Madam Chair,
commendable.
Would it be possible for legal counsel and the president of the college to come up with a resolution thanking them
I
and
hope-
formally
yes, it would be
acknowledging
nice.
by members of the full board of the college? I think it's
I think
only,
that would be, Very
Uh,
commendable.
Well,
Something
and I
that-
will share with
Yes.
you that Dr. Ramirez, thank you so much, Judge, for that. Dr. Ramirez and I had talked, we were going to give them time to let the current situation settle and actually invite them to the Logistics and Transportation Center and honor them in a small way in recognizing their contribution,
Yeah.
their commitment to the college, and having a small little dedication with a
Perhaps-
bench possibly.
Perhaps provide a plaque that they will be
There's
proud to
some things
display
you can-
in their
Yes.
own,
Yeah.
in their own offices, if at all possible.
Yes.
And we had that
Exactly.
conversation about several other entities that are doing the same thing
Excellent.
I was-
and that are helping us gravely in many different departments and in many different areas where our students are doing internships, where they're doing externships, where and they're, they're picking up our students and partnering with our
Exactly.
programs, which is the expectation of the state legislature and the governor, to make sure that our students graduate with that practical experience. And so we want to continue to provide those opportunities.
Great. Thank you.
Any questions, any other comments? That's it.
Thank you.
I would like to just mention a
Yes.
couple of things. If you're keeping up with the state legislature and some of the things that they're doing, yesterday there was final approval on both the budget bill in the House and in the Senate. It's now going to conference committee. We will be, if it all stays the same, get the same formula of funding for this coming biennium that we received in the last year. There is discussion and talk already that they're not sure how long this is going to hold out, so be prepared. But at least for the next 2 years, it looks like we're going to continue to get the same funding. In addition, there were about 128 bills filed in regards to our taxing school taxing districts, which includes us. And we're monitoring several of those bills that would increase the exemptions for folks for many different reasons, and what it would do to us. And so there's also, aside from on the finance side, there's also several bills in relation to accrediting of our institution and all institutions in Texas. And so there's a lot that's happening right now that we're trying to keep up with, but of grave concern are those taxing bills. And that's, I guess, the focus for the next
For the next,
month and a half is going to be on those bills, and how is that going to affect us and the partnership we have with the ISDs. So, thank you.
thank you. Any comment? You know, I just want to make a comment the way, and this is myself speaking. When it comes to any expenses dealing with the education and our students, I'm 150% for it, because that's why we're here.
That's correct.
So I don't have any problems with any of that. And then again, you know, this generosity from so many of our local citizens, I guess, some, you know, that's extremely commendable.
And they actually added a link on the obituary, and they've asked for 2 plaques where they have a QR code that directly gives anybody else from the community the opportunity to contribute on his behalf,
Yeah.
honoring him, and it's coming directly to the endowment. So I'm asking for 25,000, but certainly with all their customers, it may
Yeah,
go
they
up
may
to
go up.
a different amount.
Any questions, comments, anything? Anybody want to,
Thank you.
with this little adjourn our meeting, I guess we're finished.
That's right.
Thank you.
I didn't.
No.
We don't.
That's it? All right.